What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm gonna show you how you can boost your kicks by using a reverb. As the kick is one of the most important elements of Psytrance production, and it is the one that is driving and it is pushing the rhythm forward, so it is something that we're gonna hear the most. As we all know, the Psytrance kicks are constructed from the sine wave, which is pretty generic, it's kind of mono, and it's a signal that is pitched from high frequencies all the way down. So somehow I always get tired of listening to that kick, and especially when I use the headphones to reference some mixes, like all this generic, this synthetic, this, I don't know, kind of artificial sounding element that is going and repeating all that time, so many times in our tracks, can somehow tire my ears. So in many tracks and in many cases I struggle with the kick, just listening it over and over again while I'm sound designing other elements, and it really doesn't matter. But generally, once I start a track, one of the first elements that I'm gonna drop in my project are always the kicks or the kick. So somehow listening it on repeat and all the time going around, somehow I get tired of it. And I realized by analyzing some other artists' music, and I realized that there is something that I even managed to copy almost exactly the same kick, but somehow their kicks sounded way more pleasant than my kicks in my tracks. So after many hours and many techniques of researching, I realized that there is something strange going on, and I realized that there's a certain stereo effect on that kick. And after analyzing that, I realized that this is only a short burst of the reverb. So after applying a short burst of the reverb, I realized that my ears are not getting tired of listening to that kick all the time, and somehow this reverb kind of brought a life to the kick, and it does not sound so generic, it does not sound so artificial. So generally there's a certain small reflection that somehow sounds way more natural, and that way it's kind of not tiring my ears. So I'm gonna show you how I do it in my music. So first of all, I have a kick over here. Now, second thing I want to do, I want to create an external FX channel, because I don't want to use it on insert, because that way mixing, it's not just that easy. And also by using the separate channel for the reverb, I can apply certain modification to it, and it's going to be a way easier. So I'm gonna add an FX channel, even though mostly I use, in most times I use everything that I can, I use an insert. It's just easier for me to mix later on. So I'm gonna create an external FX channel. I'm gonna add the Roomworks. This is a native Cubase reverb that comes with the reverb. And this reverb, I believe it shows the best results when it comes for really short reflections. So I'm gonna create it, and this is how the Roomworks work. And this is how the Roomworks look like. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, I want to increase the mix all the way up. And the next thing I need to do, I need to send the signal from the kick channel to this channel. So how I can do that, I can select the kick channel, and through the send, I'm just gonna choose the FX01 Roomworks, and I'm gonna turn it on. So now what I did, I basically duplicated the kick signal. If I now just bypass the Roomworks, and if I play only this channel over here, so nothing comes out from this channel, the signal is coming from this channel because I sent that signal. And in kick signal, what I did, I basically just set no bus. So the signal is there, but it's not reaching any output, so we cannot hear it. While in the reverb channel, it does reach the output 8.7 and 8. This is the output that I use, but in your case, it can be the group or maybe stereo output or whatever, master channel. Don't let this make any confusion to you. Anyway, so if I bring this back to the kick and bass now, and if I turn on the Roomworks, now I hear two different signals. One is a dry kick, and another is the same, that just with 100% of mix of the reverb, which is a way too loud. It's like I have two kicks playing at the same time, one with the reverb, one without it. So the next thing, and the main reason why I want to use it on FX channel, is that I want to apply a low cut on this reverb. So I want to remove all the low frequencies from the reverb signal of the kick, because all of these low end frequencies that are on reverb can cause a lot of problems. So And also I'm looking something that's just gonna create short burst or short reflection to the kick and not something to be spaced out. The next thing is I'm not looking for anything with a long tail whatsoever, so I'm going to use really short decay time on the reverb. So the best settings for that, in my case, are usually for 0.2 to 0.3 milliseconds or seconds, sorry. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to again turn off the kick signal, because now I want to hear only the reverb signal, because I want to apply certain EQ settings on it, so it sounds way better. So first thing, I want to increase reverb time to around, I don't know, 0.2, something like this. And in order to increase or to make it to sound a bit better, I want to increase the size of it as well. Something like this, as you are able to see over here, the high cut point on the reverb, it's around 5000 hertz, and the low cut is around 25 hertz. I can increase that as well, but now I have the low cut on the FX channel, so I do not need to use this one over here. As I'm really looking for some kind of a diffusion, I will increase the diffusion all the way to 100%, as that way it's going to be like smoother feeling. And in general, I'm looking for like some diffusion that happens, like once the kick punches, it creates certain reflections, and that way spread that signal a little bit on a stereo field, and also creates something that sounds way more natural. So this is it, but I still feel that there's a lot of mid frequencies or a lot of mid information on this channel as well, so I'm going to decrease a little bit. Something like this, and now I'm going to bring back the kick signal, the dry kick signal back. Something like this. Now I need to mix those two signals. There are two ways. I can decrease the send level from the kick settings for the kick channel. Or easier way, I can select the FX channel. I can open its channel strip, and I can bring down the fader. And now, before I do it, I just want to let you know the best way to find the levels in my case is usually that I always bring down the fader, and I'm just gonna bring it up until I find that's the spot. This is also a really nice technique for mixing other elements in your tracks as well. This is a popular technique, like if you bring the new hi-hat, drop it in the project, you can put the fader all the way down and just bring it slowly until you find that spot. Now I can also, let's say, remove a little bit of highs if I want. And again, I can adjust certain settings, let's say 0. So something like this. And I really hope that you like this video, and honestly try this method. I really like how it sounds. In general, it's not a big deal, but somehow the more we listen to it, the more we hear this dullness, this synthetic or artificial sounding kicks, and somehow it's lacking something to keep my attention on, as I believe that just bringing a small touch of the reverb can make it to sound at least a little bit more natural, and it does help me to keep listening to this kick without trying to change it or to make a certain drastic changes into my tracks. I hope that you like this small tutorial video, and if you like my videos, please like, subscribe, share and comment, as this will help to grow my channel. I really hope that you like this video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon with another video. Bye.